More cats. I, I need more cats. Yay!
Hope you ain't one of them simps.
No, I'm not a simp. That's weird that you would ask that. Let's go here. Go here. Do this. Go here. Okay.
You're to
Time.
spy on me.
I'm not spying on my own settlers. Seriously. Hello. No. Um, thank you. I don't need that stuff at the moment, but thank you for asking. Um, yeah. There's lots of things that I need before I need, professional quality graphics and crap. So, but thank you. That's if, of course, that message is not a bot. But thank you very much. Okay. I know I'm just running
Well,
around.
not much, but it's something.
I know I'm just running around at the moment, but I did have a semi-planned speech, if you can call it that. But I don't do speeches very well. But anyway, um, this is my first time streaming Fallout. I've not played much Fallout before. As you can see, I put down that this is my first playthrough, and that is completely correct for this game. Um, I recently became interested in Bethesda's games around the time period that Starfield came out, and playing their games has been a
I hear a
learning
lot of talk about the
experience.
railroad, helping free synths and all that. They don't sound too bad.
I feel more comfortable with
Thank
lots of
you. I do
civilian
know about the
government.
synths, but thank you. Um, anyway, where was I? Brain just went blank. Ah, Fallout. Um, but it's the first time I heard of Fallout because I haven't played it, not recently. The only game I've played of Fallout at all was actually Fallout 1, and that was around 20 odd years ago. I'm not very good with dates, so I have no idea when it was apart from ages ago, which would have been about 20 years ago. And at the time, I was looking for something different because a lot of RPGs are just so PG. I mean, not all of them are, but it's just that a lot of the things about them weren't real, so to speak. If your character's having a bad day, why aren't they going to swear or something along those lines? Because the reality is, majority of people in real world swear. Um, and it doesn't matter who you're talking about. Some people have convinced themselves that some swear words are more acceptable than others. Like, gosh, I mean, seriously, every single time someone says that, I nearly burst into laughter. It's that funny. And there are other words they use. I don't know what they all are, but people who believe, or at least were grown up in that environment, they say pretend swear words like gosh. Not a criticism, it's just an observation. And it's kind of weird to me because no one in my family ever uses that word. Like, never. And I did actually grow up in a religious household, so for me, going to
The
school where
tables
everyone
look
says, "Oh
packed.
fuck me, what the fuck was
Man,
that?"
oh man.
You know, everywhere. When I'm talking, not preschoolers, but that probably happens now. But primary and up, kids are just foul-mouthed, so to speak. But anyway, this is getting off topic. And so yeah, that was the reason why I was looking for something different. I was, you know, a bit of realism, I guess you can say. These fake sterile environments there where everyone never swears at all, even though someone just shot them in the face. Anyway, so around 2003, 2004, I bought CD copies of Fallout 1 and 2, and I played Fallout 1 because it's the beginning, and because I think that game was made in 1997, it was good for the day, because I've looked it up since. The game did really well,
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Maybe
but
spend
it's
the
kind
night
of
there.
like I was playing the game in what, 2003, 4. I've already played the Kato? No, that's not the way how it was. Um, the Star Wars: The Old Republic games, which were really good role-playing games. Um, and so that was the kind of standard I was used to. And these games were just, oh
Yes.
my god, it was just terrible, terrible gameplay. You're turn-based, you get to shoot, someone, and you miss like 90% of the time. And um, running low on ammo like all the time. I mean, that's the only things I remember about the games, apart from the fact that I didn't get very far. There was just so much of the game I didn't know at the time, and because it was the first open open-ended sandbox game that I ever played. I've played others since, and so I'm
Got work
a
to do.
little bit more
Can't
used
talk
to it
though.
now.
Axe's the grind.
But
Well, I
it
was a
was
son of
a shock to the system to have no quests, you basic or little quests, and it's like, oh, you just got to figure it out. So I didn't really enjoy the experience of Fallout 1. So I got so far into it, and I just stopped playing it, and I never played Fallout 2 because I assumed the experience would be the same. And so yeah, that was my experience with the only experience I've had with Fallout games is I've got CDs in my bookcase for Fallout 1 and 2 that I may never use again because I don't have a CD-ROM in my PC anymore. So I can't even load them on if I wanted to. So
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a
the
time.
reason why I became interested in the Fallout series again was because I started playing Starfield. And I liked Starfield, it was a good game, but it was also a bit of a letdown. It looked good and all of that, but I also wanted to investigate what Bethesda games were like, and did I find out the hard way. I started with Fallout New Vegas. This was like late last year. I started playing that. I haven't finished my playthrough. Then I realized, oh, New Vegas it actually comes after Fallout 3. So then I started playing Fallout 3 because I already owned it by then. I first got a copy, I think the year before, 2022, 2021, Fallout New Vegas. I hadn't played it much. I looked around a little bit and was going, I don't know. And then,
Yes?
yes, yes, are you synth? Anyway, I went over and, so yeah, I played Starfield, and then I wanted to check out other Bethesda games. So I bought Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, I think late last year, and it's certainly an eye opener. It's like these games were released when most companies, whether it's AAA or not, when their games were pretty good. You know, they weren't super buggy. Like all games have bugs. You just have to get used to it. But it's kind of like you you don't really want a game to be released and to be super buggy. And I think Fallout 3 was released around 2007, 8, roughly around there. I don't know. Don't quote me on the dates. I'm not good with dates. And Fallout New Vegas was released what, a year or so afterwards.
Farming's as honest butter is.
And both games were released as buggy messes. But gamers loved it. They absolutely loved all three games. Oh, sorry. Two games at that point. Both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas were received well. But they were pretty buggy. Um, I consider Fallout 3 to be barely stable. Fallout New Vegas, I consider it to be unstable to the point where it's nearly unusable to play. There are fixes, mod fixes, and I haven't got them all installed, which is the reason why I consider it to be barely stable at all. And Fallout 4 isn't actually too bad. It's a little unstable, but for the most part, it's actually playable. Um, the only main bug I have, game-breaking bug I have is if I've been playing the game for a while, I'll just start falling. And the only way to fix it is I have to reset my PC. So that's a downside if I'm like streaming, which is currently the problem with Fallout New Vegas, is the game is so unstable. You basically have to save often and save often and shut the game down and reset it anywhere from, and you may need to do this, anywhere from 5 minutes to, sorry, I'm just walking around in circles, anywhere from every 5 minutes to half an hour. It won't last an hour. And you just have to reset the game and start again. It's so unstable, it's not funny. So yeah, that's my history with the Fallout series. I'm, for the most part, enjoying the games. I'm not enjoying the bugs, but who does? Um, so yeah, we might now get on to some actual gaming now that I've said all that. But before I do too much, I'm just going to give myself a ad marker to marking the end of my speech. So yes, now, because yeah, I want to save that speech